OpenAI is a religion. You agree with that or not? That's a religion now. I think both of us would agree that it's likely that there will be a tech crash. I'm going to go broad, okay? Because we always think things are coming sooner than they are.
Yeah, that's true.
In the next 18 months, there's going to be a tech crash.
That's a pretty broad range, but yeah.
Well, but it's not like but it might be in 3 months. I don't think it will be. I think it will.
I think 6.
Yeah, I think it'll be within the next year, but we can go broad and say you should start preparing stuff for the next 18 months. I think there's very likely to be some kind of crash. And then you look at 99, like what was the smart thing to do? There's all of these businesses that were good traditional businesses that were massively undervalued during the dot-com boom, and they represented great buying opportunities during the dot-com boom.
Yeah.
And we had
Amazon's
a little chat.
one.
Yeah, but Amazon was worth a fortune. No, Amazon's only great because it went on to great heights. But I mean, like you probably could have bought Walmart for nothing during the dot-com boom.
Amazon or Walmart?
Walmart.
Oh, okay.
During the boom, not the crash.
Yeah.
During the boom, I suspect that Walmart was very
Walmart's an
lowly valued,
stock.
right?
Yeah.
But you could buy it on a very low earnings multiple because all the money was pouring into tech.
Yeah.
And so if you had a traditional business that was doing really well, you were trading on low multiples. And when I look at a lot of retailers today, good businesses generating free cash, a lot of them are trading on very low multiples. I think we're seeing a repeat of the same thing where businesses that have no connection to AI,
7 essentially, like that's sucked up so much value.
It has, but even beyond that, businesses that have no obvious connection to AI or even more broadly to tech are trading on very low multiples unless you're a gold miner or a copper miner because copper, everyone thinks copper is going to be big because of the electrification, right? And gold, everyone thinks it's worth a fortune, right, because of the inflation concerns. You see there was a queue outside one of the gold in Pitt Street Mall. There was a queue before it opened 10 deep to try and buy gold. I mean, that's crazy, right? And so
I think we're reaching peak gold for the now anyway.
Yeah, I think
that's run too far.
When we haven't yet gotten to the point when the Uber driver is telling you what stocks to buy, but I think that's coming.
We're getting pretty. Well, I reckon the Uber driver is talking about gold.
Could be, I could be. I'm going to ask the next Uber driver what investments he thinks I should make, he or she, and I think
I got a girl Uber driver last week. It was great.
Yeah, I think I'll tell you what they. So I think I think now I'm starting to think about what can I buy that's really cheap because it's being overlooked. Because, well, I want to start by saying this. There are some very good tech companies that I think will be great companies in the next 5 or 10 years.
AI companies? Or
not AI. Tech, that have got software in particular, that have got really good...
SaaS companies?
Yeah, SaaS companies. Really good revenue growth.
You don't believe the AI disrupting SaaS?
No, don't believe it. I think the front-end interface that customers use will transition over time because instead of having structured templates for how you interact with the software, you'll be able to dynamically generate some graphs and tables and data, etc. But I think that's still probably a few years away because people do like structured templates when they use software. But I think SaaS is going to stay huge, and I think these businesses with top line growth that's strong, that's gets scale and converting a lot of it to free cash. Which I know in my catapult pitch, but that's because I believe in this, right? I believe that's what makes a good SaaS business.
Yeah.
I think they'll be strong. There'll be a whole lot of tech businesses that plummet.
Well, the beauty of Catapult is it's hardware. So it's SaaS on hardware.
It's hardware,
but you can't be disrupted because you've got to get the hardware into people's chests.
That's true, but there's also a lot of software involved. I think fundamentally...
but software is nothing without the hardware is the benefit you guys have. There's much higher switching costs.
Well, we have a lot of video analytics software that just deals with video. But I think, listen, niche software, ultimately we're a niche business, right? Maybe our revenue is 130 USD, okay? Yeah. It's not $1 billion USD, so it's still a pretty niche kind of business. But I think... at the moment, there are lots of businesses on the market that are really high quality non-tech businesses that are undervalued. Now, like Wesfarmers is non-tech and it's certainly not undervalued, right? Yeah. But there are...
Great business, but overvalued.
If you hunt, especially in the US, because there's a lot of neglected stocks in the US, you find genuine bargains. And then the other thing I've been trying to think about is...
Or even if you look at our friends at Kogan who are trading on like a forward multiple of like 6 times EBITDA.
Right. It's
almost unbelievable.
Exactly. And so I think a lot of retail businesses are quite cheap.
Then you got JB, which is not cheap. I'd say probably fairly priced.
Yeah, because you pay for JB, right?
Yeah,
you pay for like their long
business for 3 decades.
But then I've been thinking about this. So you can try and short AI, but that's a fool's errand.
No,
okay?
I don't think you're shorting AI.
So you can't. But then I was thinking, what are the? I said to you like. All advantage, like that.
I'd love to short OpenAI.
Well, you can't short.
You can't physically short it,
but I don't think you can. You can't short them because if it is 18 months away, This is going to quintuple in value over the next
I'm
18
not sure it's going to be
months.
2 trillion.
You don't think so? I think the sky's the limit for that because we're
already in the SoftBank era valuations for OpenAI.
OpenAI is a religion. You agree with that or not? That's a religion now. When you're getting 10% of a company as part of a deal to use their chips, which I think are not being paid for.
I'm talking about consumer. You're talking about, it's a religion in terms of this sort of high-flying Mag 7
I think
stuff.
that OpenAI now, people are pouring into it at the altar of AI is going to change the world, and this is the number one AI business that we can invest in.
I've listened to a lot of podcasts. You hear on the consumer enterprise take up of AI is not growing like people think it's going to grow.
I don't know if you've how familiar you are with religion, but facts are not a great way to refute religions. Like the true believers do not say, "Oh, there haven't been any miracles in the last 2,000 years. You got me on that one." Like that's not what goes on.